Made for Love is a weird show.
How you feel, be kind, good.
Made for Love is an American science fiction black comedy drama television series based on the 2017 novel of the same name by Allison Nutting. So Allison Nutting's novels are like amazing looking. Like all of the covers of them look amazing. Like look at them. Like, do you see it? That Nutting. Yeah. Okay. So I said Allison and I meant to say Alyssa. I'm so bad at things. Anyways, Made for Love is an HBO series. It was an HBO original series, but at the top, I have to say, the show got canceled with the HBO merger that I think a lot of people know the ramifications of that merger now, where, you know, certain shows, movies, animations, rest in peace Batgirl movie that we'll never see, I guess. All of those things got canceled so that HBO could save money with their merger with Discover. Because for some reason they needed to save money while being bought out, which usually is what you're avoiding when you buy out a company or you get bought out in the first place. But whatever. So I will tell you right now that the show got canceled, but the second season of the show ended on a note where you could definitively say, you know, this could be a series finale for the show. Like you could watch the first two seasons and feel completed with like the overall overarching story. There could be more. There could be a follow-up. There could be like more things to explore, but you don't have to, and that's important. The show is very, very important in my opinion for seeing a modern depiction of a relationship where a woman is in an a mentally abusive situation or an emotionally abusive situation. You know, she's with a man who's manipulating her in very interesting ways because it has a lot to do with technology. The story of the show is that a woman escapes this hub world, this hub land that's owned by her husband, who's a tech billionaire, basically like an Elon Musk type of character, maybe Jeff Bezos type of character, but it seems more pushed towards like an Elon Musk like avatar type of character. By the name of Byron Gogol, and like his company and the show is Gogol. You know, it's supposed to kind of like resemble Google and like have the same kind of what's a word for it? Same kind of like leverage or like domination, I guess, of the market, where his products kind of like go in every aspect of people's lives, right? But that part of it doesn't really get explained as much because it doesn't need to. It doesn't need to be. The fact is he's a tech billionaire, and she's trying to escape him because unbeknownst to the people on the outside, she's basically trapped with this guy, and he's using his power and his leverage and his brain power to manipulate this woman into thinking that everything that he wants is what she wants, and that everything that he's giving her is what she wants, and like, you know, the perfect life for her, when in reality she's terrified, you know. On one hand, she is does have a nice home, money, all that jazz, but like she literally doesn't get to see her family or friends, any of those things, and the show does a good job of exploring that. Like it does a really good job of exploring all those aspects of this woman's life, how she got into this situation, and how she's dealing with it moving forward. But the most important part of the series is that Byron Gogol announces two potential, basically announces to like his company, I guess, that he's launching a new product. The product is called Made for Love, which is a computer chip that a couple would put in their brains that would literally link their minds together. And he actually tells everyone at a party, unbeknownst to his wife, that him and his wife are going to be the first people to the first humans to use this chip, this technology to like link their minds together, so that basically everything you see your partner sees and vice versa. Like his thought process is, if they're truly in love, why would they need to hide anything? Why would there need to be any secrets? So reasonably so, she like freaks out and is like, what? Huh? There's no way I'm gonna be a part of this. And yet somehow, some way, she escapes this place and finds out that he's already put the chip in her brain. So like everywhere she goes, he can see it. He's literally has like an iPad and is just watching her, and it's as creepy as it sounds. It's as creepy as it sounds. But ultimately, the show does such a great job of exploring the fact that not everything is the way it seems on the outside. People on the outside looking in would think that, they have the perfect marriage, everything is fine. What could possibly go wrong? Even like the viewers put into that sort of like mindset for a certain amount of time in the show. But it explores in such a like amazing way how someone is using their tactics of like manipulation to like trap someone in a relationship would convince them that what they perceive to be problems are nothing but like minor inconveniences and don't need to be worried about. Convince them that this person can like give them whatever they want, and that that they're 100% trustworthy and have no ulterior motives. And then also constantly keep this person around and keep them away from their friends or family, anyone who would like give them any sense of reason and tell them like you're in a situation that's not good for you, And then it also explores the fact that because this woman has been married to this man for literal years, she has not seen any of her friends or her family, and like now has to reconnect with these people in order to basically have a lifeline on the outside world to stay away from this man and figure out what she's going to do with her life moving forward. Not really going to spoil it, but they're like, the show has some very nice and heartwarming moments, but it also has some like super weird things. Yeah, Ray Romano's in it. It also has Kristen, God, I can never say this, Milioti. She played the mom in How I Met Your Mother, and unfortunately, like, she didn't really get to like shine as much in that series as people would have wanted, because like it turns out this actress is very good. She played the mother in that series very well, and then the ending of that show happened, and if you know. But yeah, the cast of the show they're all very amazing, very talented actors. I don't think there's anyone here who had like a very bad performance. Yeah, the concept of the show is very, very amazing. It's very, very interesting too. Like, taking the concept of technology and like applying it towards a toxic relationship, or applying it towards like an abusive relationship, and showing how technology can aid in like an emotional abuse of a person is very, very interesting. It's like a very interesting concept, and explore like all aspects of how it could happen, why it would happen, things like that. And it's very important to think about things like that now, because like I think Elon Musk himself actually proposed the same type of technology. I don't know if that sparked the novel being made, but he literally was like, we should put computer chips in people's brains. And why? Like, why? So, yeah, Made for Love. It's a good show. Even though it's canceled, it's worth watching. It's still on HBO Max for now. Who knows if it's going to be removed moving forward now that it's been canceled, but it is still on HBO Max as we speak, and it's also available on YouTube TV if you have that. So yeah, watch it. I think it's worth it. It's worth your time. If you've ever been in a situation where you have felt like an improper power dynamic in your relationship, or you've been in a situation where someone has tried to manipulate you in a very not good way, this show is very it explores those concepts and explores how that can happen to someone, and also the motivations of the abuser, and like why they would target a certain person, like how they would go about convincing that person to be with them, convincing that person to make kind of like irrational decisions, and how they continue to control the person even when they're away. In this case, it's like he's literally in her brain, so it shows how he tries to manipulate her through that, and also how she tries to handle it and what she does to like get around it so that she could claim her individuality and like live a new life without him, regardless of whether or not she has like the funds to support herself, or support system, family, any of that stuff. She perseveres, and how she like deals with that, and it's really interesting. It's really cool. So watch it. Yeah, it's good. I'll list some things. Okay. There's a scene where the woman is in the diner with said tech billionaire and asks him why he targeted her, and during the conversation, the man literally gets so aroused that he jizzes his pants. Mind you, he has a whole ideology of never ever ejaculating in any sort of way. Like, he does not, he doesn't fap, he doesn't have sex with his wife. He didn't do anything of the sort because that would somehow slow down productivity. He's practicing no fap. No fap. Absolutely insane. So like, there's a moment in the show in the second season where there's a man who talks to a dolphin, and the dolphin falls in love with him, and he actually forms a love connection with a dolphin.